Hello, everyone. Hey, it's a little early. We're a little on the earlier side. It's so bright out because of the daylight savings. Hello, everyone. Welcome. We are live here. We're live here. Look at this. We're live. I was just admiring the lights, the lighting. It's so nice to have a set that's all lit up nicely. Isn't that nice to have the set lit up all nicely like we have it? I like it. I still gotta find my plaque. I haven't found my YouTube plaque yet to put on the shelf. Who's here? Who's here? Country girl, Gigi, Cupcake, Evelyn in Maine. Cupcake is here. Hey, Cupcake, your thing's back there. Cupcake, look, it's back there. Cupcake is here. Gas on the Brain, Daniel Boberson. AJ is modding. Hey, AJ. K-Body and Raven Riley are modding. Hello, Cherry Cola, Justin Rochkin, Ori 3D, Confused Squirrel, April Coco, Do Your Duty, Carlos, Tracy Johnson, Evelyn in Maine, Janet Burnett. I get to see a stream in the daytime, she says. J.K. Sinar, William Cromer, Auric 3D, Kinetic, PZ Papa Zulu is here. PZ Papa Zulu. Gas on the Brain. Sicilian Ronald Kane, the one and only LB. Nixa AU is here over on Twitch. Hello, Nixa AU. Love is here. V-Dog. Vicky Freeman, Hetty Silovitz. Hetty subscribed to Cupcake L. Nice. Is that a YouTube channel? I can show people her YouTube channel. Is it Cupcake L on YouTube? Is that a real channel? Thanks, AJ. Mary DeFore is here. We may hear about that, Mary, tonight. Maybe. Hello, Mary. Josh Tompkins, Squid Ink. Squishmallow is here too. Hello, Squishmallow. Cupcake L, where is your channel? Is this your channel? Is that it right there? Cupcake in Paris? Yeah, that's it. There's no videos. Cupcake L. Cupcake in Paris. Cupcake Lolly. She said, I decided to listen to everyone and start my channel. All right. Well, there you go. I look forward to... I just subscribed. I look forward to seeing what's on it. Love Bug is here. Many V. Shamer Mall on Twitch is here. Hello, Shamer Mall. April Coco says, we're waiting, Cupcake L. She says, videos will be coming soon. Videos will be coming soon. Hey, One Way Street is here. Hey, One Way Street, you know what I didn't do in Paris after all that? I mean, I did get something from the shelf, but it was given to me. So I owe you on the next trip, One Way Street. If anyone's looking for Cupcake's channel, That's the link to it there. Hey, Polly is here. The one and only is here. So we're on a little earlier today. How about that, guys? A little bit earlier for a change. A little bit earlier. OH6 is here. Brad is here. Daniel Barberson says, look forward to Cupcake's videos. Been a little bit on the quieter side news-wise lately. I've had stuff to do anyways. I'm trying to catch up with my own stuff. Hans Niskatuki is here. Amy is here. Robin L. is here. Josh Leach is here. Maybe some new people because we're at such a weird time for us. Running Kings on Twitch. One Way Street says jet lag and daylight saving time all in 1 week. I do like that it's so light out. I'm very excited about it being light later. It was a little warmer here today in Boston. It was like 50 something Fahrenheit. Kind of felt like the first day of spring to me. It felt a little springy out today. I walked over to my mom's, had a nice walk. Cupcake says she's going to show us things in Paris. Love is here. 207 Genfa. Marissa Pugliese, Dancing in the Sand. Gemma Brown is here from the UK. Probably a better time right now for people in the UK than we normally do. Country Roads is here. Darren Markley is here. Erin McCune is here. It's funny how we veer back and forth between this channel and Agenda Free TV. Sometimes there's so much news going on that we don't do this channel for weeks. And then other times, we end up on this channel a lot. My life ends up being very different in those two situations. But you just get used to the one of them. But then it all changes, and you start doing the other one. Lisa Remo is here. Gigi is here. Josh Tompkins is here. Pat W. is here. Hey, Linda's here. Linda says, I'm here for about 5 minutes till time to take off for church. I totally missed part 1. Well, you can watch it, the replay. Good to see you, Linda. Dizzy Dale is here. Hello, Dizzy Dale. Chris Katz is here. Hello, Chris Katz. Buttergin is here. Thanks, Linda. Beatrice is here. By the way, tomorrow supposedly I'm going to get the little bit of echo problem in this channel fixed. I need to mount something on the wall to fix the echo. It's not that bad of an echo, but there's a bit of an echo in here in this room. A person is coming over to do a little work on the place tomorrow where I live on the rental property, and he's supposedly going to put the thing up. So that will that should take care of that. It's been a while, but I think it's going to happen tomorrow. So that'll be nice. But I told you I was working on it. This studio is, I mean, we've been working on this studio for a year. But it's getting there. It's just you got to be patient with it, you know. Can't rush it. Can't rush it. Big Ball of Yarn's here modding. Hello, S. Parsons is here. Says, I love this time of day streaming on a Sunday. I was exhausted last night. I went to bed early and I got up early. Well, early for me. I was pretty tired. Yeah, we streamed last night. Right, I soon after the stream, I went to bed. Northwoods Hiker is here. The lights are growing on me, says Northwoods. Well, I've liked them since the beginning. Red Squirrel is here. Werner Kleinman is here. Randy J is here. I'm excited. I'm excited for spring, guys. I'm excited for warmer weather. Maybe do some more walks. Amy is here. Do some Boston walks, maybe. Janet wants the replay from last night. Thanks, Janet. Squishmallow says Boston walks. I'd like to do some. One Way Street says 77 in Arizona today. Trees are getting leaves and flowers are blooming. That's lovely. I'm sorry, Enchanted, but I'll have to disagree with you about the shells. Sorry you don't like them, but what can I say? They're there. They're not going away. Brad is here. Dr. McRib is here. We'll talk about upcoming, Red Squirrel we'll talk about a little later in the stream, possible upcoming trips. Stream some restaurant visits in Boston. You never know. It's an interesting idea. You never know. We'll see if I decide I want to go someplace. All That's Random says, I have some similar shelves in my studio. I love them. Swag, SW, Southwest Georgia guy is here. Basic J says, I was out painting on my truck but had to stop because of the rain. Neil is here and says, bonjour. Okay, let's get started here. Hey, Kinetic. Let's get started here. Thanks, Big Ball of Yarn, for modding too over there on Twitch. I Am Awesome Come On is here. No, I did not watch the UFC last night. I Am Awesome Come On. Janet says, you inspire me to eat better and walk more. I thought you were saying you inspire me to eat butter and walk more after the trip. All right, so I want to talk a little more about our trip because we didn't really get finished talking about it last stream. Although we did a very fun, I enjoyed talking about we did a second restaurant review last night. If you didn't see it, you can go back and watch it. But we talked about the Michelin-starred restaurant Benoit, where I ate with Margaret. See, I made the escargot the thumbnail. So check that out if you haven't, if you want. Am I missing the croissants? Yeah, I mean, I don't think my diet is missing them, but I really enjoyed those pastries. I really enjoyed the food. Oh, Cupcake said we did pass by the bridge where Lady Di passed away. It's the bridge with the big flame, Pont de l'Alma. Well, but she passed away in a tunnel, right? I got to look up where that is. I don't know. I didn't even know it was there. Alma's Bridge. So it's this one over here. So there's the hold on. There's the Eiffel Tower. Okay. So we did walk by this bridge. That's true. So there's the bridge right there. Where's the tunnel? The tunnel's under here? Is that what it is? So it's that bridge. I don't know where the tunnel is, though. Someone will tell me. Pat W. said, I think Maestro mentioned it during the stream. Maybe he did. Maybe I just forgot. We definitely walked by there, though. Look for the flame. Is there a flame near the bridge? I don't know. Can someone say? The tunnel is parallel to the river. Okay. So it's somewhere in here. Is it like under there? I don't know. Anyways, I didn't even know we were there. The bridge is close to the tunnel where Diana and 3 others were killed in a crash, says Wikipedia. Anyways, thanks for letting me know. I don't really want to linger on that, but oh, it's probably here or something. Is it like here? I don't know. There's some different tunnels there, so I don't know which one it is. I don't know which one it is. But it's there somewhere. There's a flame in gold color. All right. Well, I'm not going to worry about it right now. I believe you. I believe you. I believe you. You're right. So we did pass by it. So I just didn't realize we were passing by it when we did. So thanks for letting me know. I didn't realize it at the time. Hey, thanks, Red Squirrel. I appreciate it. Thank you. Let's see here. Yeah, it was going under the bridge. Here's the flame right here. On Wikipedia, they have a picture of it right here. You can see it right here. There. That's from Wikipedia, from the article about Princess Di. Oh, thank you, Janet Burnett. Janet just gave 20 people memberships. Wow. Thanks, Janet. It's really nice of you. And thanks also to, oh, I missed a donation. I'm sorry. I got Red Squirrel. Desi Des donated. I missed it. Hey, thanks, Kay. I missed Desi Des's donation. Thank you, Desi. That's really nice of you. Thanks so much. Oh, by the way, you can look up, if you go to Wikipedia, like it gives you the coordinates of the bridge, you can actually look it up. It's right here. It's on the opposite side as the Eiffel Tower, near the Eiffel Tower, it said, supposedly. That's what it said. That's the coordinates it gave, so I guess it's there somewhere. Somewhere in here. If those coordinates are correct, I know they are. Maybe they're not. Don't know. Janet says the more members, the better. Thanks, Janet. Nan B said, almost missed this live because of the time change. The unconventional time. Thanks, Travis. I like this hoodie. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to do that. That's better. Okay. Let's see. Red Squirrel says it was nice seeing you, Cupcake, in the video. Sorry, I would have shown you that. I would have shown you that location if I had realized we were driving by there. Oh, I found it. I just stumbled on it on Google Maps. There it is, right there. That's it. It's right here. So the Eiffel Tower is here. It's really close to the Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower is here. and it's on this side of it's on this side of the bridge. So we walked right by there, Anyways. Hey, She Clicks Bricks, I'm glad you enjoyed it. J and P is modding. Well, Margaret was over there with me for like 2/3 of the trip. So I will mention, I'm going to talk about the $27 sandwich. Let's talk about that. Let's tell that story about the $27 sandwich. That was really annoying. Yeah, NDH said euro or cupcake mentioned it. The problem is that like it was probably at some point where I was dealing with the camera or something and I wasn't paying attention. So I'm sorry I missed it. Hey, thanks Desi for the bits on Twitch too. I appreciate that, Desi. Thank you. All right, so we're gonna pull this up here. No, it wasn't that big. It was a whole thing. I'll explain to you what happened. It was like the most disappointing thing on the trip, probably. That and that we couldn't get into the cemetery at Montmartre because it was too windy. Sorry, I'm just looking this up and finding it. Here it is. So there was one day when it was the day we climbed the Eiffel Tower, climbed the steps up, and we had a little time before doing it, and we had been up late the night before, so we got up and we wanted to get some food. I think it might have been a Sunday or Monday, and it was this weird thing where the combination, a lot of things that are closed on Sunday and Monday so a bunch of the bakeries were closed, and other ones we went to didn't have any stuff. So we thought we were just going to get up and go to a bakery and get stuff, and it just became this chore to try to find something to eat because a bunch of the bakeries were closed, and a number of them we went to had nothing left or nothing we wanted left. So we were walking around. We got really kind of desperate for food, and then we went to this market, this very famous market called, I think it's Marche des Enfants Rouges or something. And it's like a market where there's all these different food vendors, but it was so crowded. It was just unpleasant. And we were it was on a Sunday, I think. And it was just a Sunday around lunchtime. We went to this market. And it was just we don't want to eat here. It's too crowded. It's like a zoo. So we were kind of getting desperate to get something, to get some food, because we had to go over to the Eiffel Tower. So I happened to see, I don't know, we might have just walked by there, or I saw it on a map. We ended up right near this sandwich place, which I had seen so many good reviews of, called Character de Cochon. Character de Cochon. I'll show you a picture of it here. And I had seen multiple videos with really good reviews of this place. And the idea of this place is it's a little expensive, but they have really good meat there, and they'll make you a ham and cheese sandwich, and it'll be more expensive than the usual, but it'll be really good. So there wasn't a big line when we got there, but by the time we left, there was a big line. But anyways, so I was let's just get a couple sandwiches here, because when we went, there were only a couple people in line. So I wanted to go there anyway, and we ended up right near there, and we were hungry. So it just seemed to work out great. Hold on a second here. Lynn, please no news in the chat. If you want to send news stuff, send it to my X account. But the news, it has to be an emergency to mention the chat. This isn't a news channel. This is something else. So you can appreciate the news tips, but send them to my X account at Lookner. Yeah, sounded like a good idea at the time to go to this place. So I just figured, yeah, we'll go get some sandwiches there. It's great. I wanted to go here anyway. Fantastic. So I went in. There were only like a couple people in line in front of us. But it ended up being there was one guy working there and it was really slow. It probably took me 15 minutes to order, even though there were only 2 people in front of me. It was just taking a long time. But at that point, it was just like, we're here, we need something to eat, let's just do this. And the inside of the store has like all of these meats arranged. It's like they're a meat specialist, but they make sandwiches. So anyways, we just picked 2 sandwiches. Well, we had this idea, let's just get like a basic Hambon beurre, which is like ham and cheese and butter. And there was another sandwich called like raclette and hot dogs. So we're like, okay, well, I like the idea of raclette cheese. We didn't know if we were going to end up eating raclette, which I ended up eating, but we didn't know. So I figured we ordered those 2. So, and the guy who worked there spoke some English because he was speaking English to the person before us. So anyways, I get up after like 15 minutes or whatever, 15 minutes of just waiting for 2 people to go. I get up to the front and I say to the guy like, well, we'd like, what did I exactly say? I think I told him what sandwiches I want. I said, he said, one thing I said is we want one of these like, Hambon beurre sandwiches with like, and he said, well, what kind of ham would you like? And I said, well, what would you recommend? Right? Because I figure like this is like a well-known place. I said, well, what would you recommend? And he was like, oh, well, of course I'm going to recommend the most expensive one, so I don't recommend things. So he refused to recommend a ham. And there's like dozens of hams there, and I know nothing about ham. So I have no idea what I'm getting. And he's like, do you want cured or cooked, I think, ham or something? And I was like, I don't know. I have no idea. And then he like goes over to the hams. He's like, okay, well, this row is from France. This row is from like Belgium. And I was like, I don't know. And I was just like, just give me that one. I just picked one. So he refused. He refused to. Cupcake says character de cochon means grumpy, so it might be their style. Well, the reviews. I'll tell you something about the reviews in a second. Anyways, he refused to recommend anything. Yeah, there's like dozens of hams. And then he's like, do you want goat's milk cheese or cow's milk cheese? So I had to make all these choices. What country the ham came from, whether I wanted it cured or I think it was cooked, and what kind of cheese I wanted. I know nothing about any of these things. And I would have just said like, you pick one. But he refused to do it. So anyways, there was that, okay, which was frustrating enough. Then I ordered the other sandwich, which was the raclette and hot dogs, raclette and frankfurters, just because it had raclette in it. Raclette is cheese. Okay, so, I would have liked to have asked for another recommendation, but he wasn't going to give me one. So at that point, we just wanted our food. So he starts ringing it up, and I can see it's like, he's charging me all this stuff. And he like also charged me for cheese on both sandwiches, which seems weird because one of them comes with cheese. But at this point, we were just starving. I'd been waiting in this line for 20 minutes. I was just like, I'll pay and we'll get the sandwiches and we'll go. We were so hungry and we had to go. So I just we didn't have enough time to go anywhere else. So anyways, the first sandwich of the 2 cost 27 euros. It was 38 euros. And the one with the ham and cheese, the one with the ham was 27. Now, I mean, he might have just made this up. I don't know what ham I picked, but it was 27 euros. Now, I could have not paid for it, but I was just like, look, I was like thinking to myself, look, this place is supposed to be great. We're hungry. We haven't found a place to eat. Let's just do it. I'll do it for the experience. I'll pay for it. It's $19 a sandwich. Fine. We haven't had that many, we've had generally good food experiences. It just wasn't worth it to me to to just go somewhere else at the time. It was really annoying. Anyways, so the guy says, okay, well, there's a small place to stand in there. So he says, well, wait outside and I'll make your sandwiches and I'll bring them out to you when they're ready, okay? So I go wait outside. That's where I took that photo, was outside waiting for my sandwich. At that time, the line had gotten longer. So in like 5 or 10 minutes, he brings out 2 sandwiches. I'm like, thanks, and we leave. So, we take our 2 sandwiches and we find this park and we open up our sandwiches. And one of the 2 sandwiches, remember, was raclette with frankfurters. Raclette is cheese. It's a certain kind of cheese. It's, in theory, raclette is like a wheel of cheese and melted and you take it off the wheel. Or when I had it with cupcake, it was pieces of cheese that you melt. But raclette is cheese. The sandwich is called raclette with frankfurters. So we open up the sandwiches and the raclette with frankfurters sandwich has no cheese. It's literally 2 frankfurters and onions. He didn't put cheese on the raclette with frankfurter sandwich. And also he charged me for extra cheese on that sandwich. So it was really the worst. It was really the worst. So we paid $38 for this. He wouldn't recommend anything. He wouldn't recommend anything to us. He made it all uncomfortable to order. And then he didn't even put cheese on the raclette with frankfurters one. Oh, I left a review. I'm going to read you guys the review I wrote. So it was a uniformly terrible experience. It was awful. And then as we're eating these sandwiches, now, by the way, the ham and cheese one was fine. Like, it was pretty good. But it wasn't 27 euros good, because I had just as good one from Chez Aline, which was less than 7 euros. So the ham and cheese one was fine, but it wasn't 27 euros good, at least to me. Also, I personally think that he just made up the price. I can't imagine. There are people who have left reviews who said their sandwiches was expensive, but nobody said 27 euros. So I really think he just made up the price for the 27 euros one. Okay? So, Now, maybe if I was a ham connoisseur, I'd be like, it was amazing. But also, I don't know which one I picked, but I picked just one in the middle of the shelf. Anyways, a euro is a little less than $1. No, a euro is a little more than $1. No, the guy spoke really good English. It wasn't a language barrier. He spoke great English, believe me. So when we're eating these sandwiches, Margaret looks up their reviews. And most of the reviews are really good. But a number of the reviews on Google have similar experiences where they talk about how a guy was working there and he was really rude and it was really bad. And so I think that maybe this guy is like the guy who works there maybe when the owner isn't there. Just from the reviews, that's sort of what it sounded like. And because there are some really bad reviews that sounded similar to what happened to me. But it was really disappointing because the only reason I went to this place is because there were so many good reviews of it and reviews from channels I watch and stuff. And it was by far it was really disappointing and the worst experience I'd had there. And it's just ridiculous that they don't recommend anything. I mean, he could have said he said, well, I'll recommend the most expensive one, so I'm not going to recommend it. Doesn't make any sense. Just recommend, just say, well, this one is good. Make me sign something if you want. If you're worried about me blaming you for your recommendation, make me signing something that says, like, I don't blame you for your recommendation. I don't know. It's just, what place does that? So I left a review because I was so angry about this. Ruth says maybe he kept the money. I wouldn't be surprised. So I'm going to show you my review of this place. But not putting the cheese on the raclette sandwich was amazing. By the way, that taught me, there was one other time I got the wrong sandwich, which I think was a language issue in France. And what it taught me is if I ever go to the next time I go to another country, I am checking all food orders before I walk out of the place. Because that happened to me with a sandwich, a different sandwich where I got home and it wasn't what I thought it was. So character de caution, there it is. Oops, you'll see it right here. Character de caution. And I'm going to show you my review of it. You ready? Here's my review of Character de Caution. Steve L. 1 star. I was going to give it 2 stars. Then I was like, wait a second. He didn't even put cheese on my cheese sandwich. It's 1 star. I said, oh, and my picture is, here's the picture. It says, my picture says, where is it here? Hold on. The pictured caption is, my raclette sandwich with no raclette. That is the raclette sandwich. We're supposed to have cheese. There's no cheese. It's just onions and a couple hot dogs. That's literally the sandwich. So you can see there's no cheese in it. So here's the review. No, that's not my review. Here it is. Had high hopes for this place based on the reviews, but was greatly disappointed. By the way, I rarely leave bad reviews. I almost always leave good reviews. If you look at my reviews, the vast majority of them are really good. I don't like leaving bad reviews. Had high hopes for this place based on the reviews, but was greatly disappointed. Ordered 2 sandwiches. There was one man working there. Wait, why are there... I'm a little confused. What am I seeing here? Why is there 2 posted from me? I only posted 1 review. Is this just Google repeating both of them? No, that says edit, delete. Okay, I think it's some weird thing where it's showing me my own twice. Because that's mine, and then it's showing it again because it's the first one up. Okay, anyways. Hey, it has 3 likes on it now. Had high hopes for this place based on the reviews, but was greatly disappointed. Ordered 2 sandwiches. There was one man working there, asked him to recommend a sandwich, and he refused, saying, I would only recommend the most expensive one, so I don't give recommendations. He literally made me pick my own ham, which I know nothing about, and my own cheese. That sandwich ended up being 27 euros, by the way. But the worst thing is I ordered a raclette and frankfurter sandwich for my second sandwich. It's on their blackboard outside. Raclette is cheese. The guy told me to wait outside for our sandwiches and he would bring them out when they were done. He asked what type of cheese I wanted on both sandwiches, sheep's milk or cow's milk, so clearly there was no question the raclette sandwich should have cheese. So he brings out our sandwiches and we walk 10 minutes away to a park to eat them, and we open them up and the raclette with frankfurter sandwich has no cheese. Yes, a raclette sandwich with no cheese. Absolutely horrible customer service and horrible experience. And rather than recommending this place, I will tell everyone I know not to go there. That was my review. So, anyways, that was my experience there. It was truly terrible. It was truly, truly terrible. But if you look, as Margaret pointed out, if you look through the reviews, a bunch of them are really good. But there's a number of them that are strikingly similar to mine. So you may want to, and again, we went on a Sunday, so maybe this is the weekend guy working there. I don't know, but it was terrible. Yeah, I mean, April said maybe he's like scamming tourists. Maybe he might hate people who speak English. I don't know. But he spoke English. And by the way, it's not like I was being very polite and everything. Charge says, I wonder if the good reviews are fake reviews. I don't know, It has good reviews on like videos and stuff. Yeah, I try to leave a review if I think it's going to be helpful to other people. I wanted to leave a review because I wanted other people to know. Let me read some of the comments. Budget Girl says some things are done intentionally. It sort of seems like there's a chance that it was like this intentional thing. Oh, I don't know. I said onions. It might have been sauerkraut, whatever it was on the thing. Whatever it was on the hot dog. It wasn't cheese. Sauerkraut, cabbage. Finely cut raw cabbage. So the Frankfurter sandwich might have had sauerkraut on it, not onions, whatever. So I stand corrected. My point is it's not cheese. It's supposed to be, and I didn't even want, to be honest, I didn't want the Frankfurters. We looked outside at the list of sandwiches, and one of them said raclette sandwich. And I was like, well, I don't know if I'm going to have raclette. I want the raclette sandwich with the Frankfurters. But I really wanted the raclette part. That was the whole point, was getting the raclette part, the cheese. Get Some Razzle Dazzle says, I'm looking at the reviews on it now. If one review says 19 euros for that person's sandwich. I think the highest price I saw somebody quote for their sandwich was in the low 20s. Mine was 27. Nobody was close to me. Oh, thank you, Janet Burnett. That's very kind of you, Janet. I think Janet's paying me back for the sandwich. Thanks, Janet. I really appreciate that. That's very generous of you, Janet. It's very nice of you. I can use it to buy a sandwich on the next trip, Janet. Thank you. It was also really, it was like just disturbing, like when you go in there and it's really kind of like, the person is really kind of like embarrassing you when he's just like, okay, pick your ham. Like, he knows I know nothing about ham. I said, what would you recommend? And he's like, here you go, pick yours. These are the ones from France. These are the ones from Belgium. Like, it's just like, he knows I don't know anything about ham. So to sit there and make this big thing about, here's the wall of ham, here's the different ones, now you pick. It's just like, he knows he's like forcing me to like just pick one randomly. So it's just like, embarrassing you and making you feel like an idiot. It was really stupid. But again, we were so hungry and we didn't have time. So we just got it. Anyways. Also, as some of the reviews point out, you can get really good ham and cheese sandwiches with good ingredients in a lot of places in France cheap. This place, Chez Aline, I went, where I showed you that sandwich yesterday. It's very highly reviewed. It's really good. There was a line there when I went, but the line moved fast. That was it was like $7, less than €7 for an amazing, really good ham, butter, and cheese sandwich. And I should have gotten two, and if I went back there, I would go back there and have it again. It was great, and it was $6.80, not €27. So you can I had a number. And as I told you, the ham and cheese sandwich, the ham bun sandwich I had at the airport was good. So, it's not like that sandwich is giving you something you can't get at a lot of places. It was weird. It was a weird experience. No, and the owner never that's the other thing. The owner never even responded to my review. You'd think if you're the owner and you care, you would see the reviews like that and be like, maybe I should apologize. No one ever said anything. I don't know if they're like bitter because like their store has become popular. Oh, character de cochon means pig character, according to Google. Is cochon pig? So, cochon is pig. April Coco says they didn't care. They're relying on their popularity, but they could lose it. By the way, I wasn't doing a video in that store. I wasn't acting like a jerky tourist. I just went in there and just patiently waited and asked him. Polly says there's a cheesesteak place in Philly that sends you to the back of the line if you order incorrectly. I've seen it happen. Ramses Niblick says the replies from the owner on other reviews makes me think they know what they are doing and don't care. Yeah, look at this. Like, look at this one. Look at this. So this is 6 months ago. This person says, after hearing all the hype regarding this place, I was very disappointed. 1-star review. Sandwich was bland. And the owner says, the entire character de Cochon team wishes you a beautiful and happy New Year 2023. That's the reply from the store. This person a year ago, so overrated. Response from the owner, that true. You can get a better sandwich in your local supermarket for half the price. Response from the owner, that true supermarket. This person said, this place is a real tourist trap. 8 months ago, sandwiches for almost 20 euros. Mine was more. Inside the sandwich, 2 slices of ham, just normal ham, butter, and 2 thin slices of cheese. Blah, 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 blah. You know, so there are some bad reviews. I'm looking at the bad reviews. There's plenty of good reviews, just to be clear. There's plenty of good reviews. Anyways, you can look up the reviews yourself. Marissa says the owner just doesn't care. I don't know the owner, so I don't know. Rick thinks the owner's a jerk. Again, I don't know the owner. I've had no interaction with the owner, unless the owner was working there that day, but I have no reason to think that was the owner. Did they have other meats besides ham? Well, they had the hot dogs things. I don't know what they had. Martin thinks I look a bit under the weather? What? Huh? What? Cupcake L, who's in Paris, says, or right near Paris, says, unfortunately, I'm starting to think they weren't doing it on purpose. It is a real, genuine bad experience. No, I didn't get sick the whole time I was in France from anything. Anyways, a couple channels that I watched that I really got some good recommendations from, they both said it was good. What can I say? Maybe they went there on a good day. Polly said we should make that place the site of first Lookner meetup. That was the only really bad experience we had. You know, when we went to the Montmartre Cemetery and it wasn't open because it was windy out, that was annoying, but that was like a France kind of thing. But that was just their policy. That was like the official policy. This was the only like crappy experience I had. I had little things here and there, but nothing this crappy. I just got a notification on my phone from Google Maps. It says, great job, your review of Character de Cauchon is helping people. It now has 16 likes. See? I'll show you guys. This is what came up on my phone. I don't know if you can see. You probably can't see this. It's hard to see. I wonder if I make it dark if you can see it. That's not going to work. Actually, I'll take a screen grab and you'll see it that way. I just took a screen grab. Yeah, a bunch of people watching liked it, and so it thinks it's helping people. Well, it is helping people. Anyways, don't go there. I would not recommend going there. Go somewhere else. Go to Chez Aline. Or even go. You're better off getting the sandwich at the airport. Coderachid is here. Hey, here's what I got. Here's what it said on my guys. Here's what it said. Look, great job. Your review is helping people. Weller is here. No, Cupcake, I think there were 3 people who liked it before the stream, because when I opened it up today, it said 3 people had liked it. Although Margaret could have been one of them. But I guess at least 13 of the 16 are people that I know who are watching. Anyways. Marlena Martirano is here. 303 Nails is here. No, Jana, I specifically and clearly ordered the raclette sandwich. This was not a case where there was some sort of language barrier or some sort of misunderstanding. Everything was very well understood. Evelyn in Maine says 6:24 still daylight. Look. Oh, it's lovely how it's still light out. It's great. Janice says that's not what I'm saying. Someone says you're not live on Twitch. I'm literally watching myself on Twitch. I'm watching myself on Twitch. Why are you saying I'm not live on Twitch? I'm watching it. I can see myself right now pointing. I'll post a link to the review. That's what I should do. That link should work. Okay. Thanks, David Green and Big Ball of Yarn, for moderating. Inside Out Boy on Twitch says, yes, you are live. How much would the Frankfurter with bread? That was like around 11 euros. Knocked Vagant said that. El Tigre is here. The airport sandwich is the one I was eating on the air. It's like six. So it's like $7. It's fine. This is the stream here when I did the airport stream. Hey everybody, can you hear me? If I get home fast enough, there really is butter on here. If I get home fast enough, I'll. It's just a French bread, ham and cheese. It's very good. Good sandwich. I had two of them. That was my exciting stream from the airport. Streams about it. And we did a bunch of streams about it. I mean, I was talking my mouth full, but I had to eat. What can I do? It was right before the flight. I got another message from Google Maps. You have a new follower. Oh, some people followed me on Google Maps. Idaho Star. I didn't know you could follow people on Google Maps. Van Dan. Uh-oh. John 1948 is here. Alyssa said she loved Paris. I had a great time there. People were super nice. People were super nice in Paris. That one experience is like the one really bad experience I had. Did I try soft raw milk cheeses? I don't know what that is. So my guess is no. I would have liked to have gone to like a cheese place. It's just the time didn't work out. That's one thing we didn't do. Maybe go to like a cheese place where they have some wine and you just have them bring you out different cheeses. I know nothing about cheese, but that would have been fun. But the timing didn't work out. So busy. Thanks, Evelyn in Maine. This is a green screen? No, I'm not in front of a green screen. I'm in an actual room. Jane and Wheezy. Renee DeVrind is here. Blue Tulips is here. Polly says I have to go report a review. All right, so I mentioned the $27 sandwich, right? Oh, I want to talk about the steak frites place. That was an interesting meal. The steak frites place. Thanks to all of our mods. K Bodies moderating, Raven Riley. David Green, Big Ball of Yarn. We should talk about the steak frites place because I never talked about it. What was that place called? Relay to something. Is that it? Red Squirrel says, I found and liked your review. The fondue place was called L'Assiette aux Fromages. We give the address of it, I think, during that stream. Charge NNP3 says it sunsets really late at night there. SpaceX Master Race. SpaceX Master Race? It says, do you talk French? Very little, very little. I speak a little of it. So I ordered stuff in French. It must be this place. It must be Le Relais des Entrecôtes. Le Relais des Entrecôtes. We went there in the 17th. There's a couple of them, right? Is this it? Oh no, Le Relais de Venise. Is this the one we went to? This must be it. Yes, it's this famous one. Le Relais de Venise. In the 17th arrondissement. It's a steak frites place, steak and fries. And it's very well known. And that was an interesting meal. Oh, I should post my review on... Do people post reviews on Yelp at all? I should post my review on Yelp of that place. Well, I'm not going to worry about it right now. Le Relais de Venise. Son entrecôte. Well, let me translate this. I don't even know how to translate any of it. So this place, basically, they don't have a big menu. You go there and you get steak and fries. That's what you go get. And it's very crowded, and they kind of rush you in and out of there, unlike a lot of places in France. So, but it's good. It's good. It's well known. They actually have some of these around the world now. Oh my gosh, Janet's so generous. She just gave 20 more memberships. Janet, that is so kind of you. Jeez. Wow. Janet is really being nice with the memberships. And Ruth Krafasi gave memberships too. Thanks so much, Ruth. I really appreciate that, Ruth Krafasi. So nice of you. Wow. So nice for all the memberships. Look at that. Wow. Christina Neal, Randy J. Smoke Steve, and Horizon Operations and others all got memberships. Mary Hodge. So I want to talk about that place where we got Le Relais des Entrecôtes, or de Venise. Le Entrecôte. However you pronounce it. Son entrecôte. So I have photos of it. So you go in there and they sit everybody at long tables. And basically the idea is all they ask you is like, how do you want your steak cooked? And then they bring you out a plate of steak and fries. And when you eat that, they give you a whole other plate of it. Or they replace the steak and fries and that's it. There's no sitting around for 3 hours at this place. They get you in and they get you out. But the steak and fries were really good. So here is, I'm going to show you a couple pictures here. Here is, that's a waitress, and she's sitting, and that's a giant, thing of fries, on a warmer. It's bigger than a plate. It's like a tub of fries. What else do I have from there? So there we are at the place. But it's like you sit at these long tables full of people. There's Margaret. There's me. And there, so that's what they give you. They give you the steak on the left with this sauce. And the sauce is really good. Like, this is really good. I could have eaten much more of this than the 2 servings. They give you a whole other plate of fries and steak after this, but I could have eaten more. The steak is sliced up into pieces, but when you dip the fries in the sauce, it's great. I really wanted to go on the last day there and do steak frites again somewhere, and it's just, I do regret not doing it again because I love steak frites, but I just didn't get. No, there weren't too many fries. It was great. It was great having that many fries. But I could have eaten more of it. But I do really enjoy steak frites, and I only went there one time. And that's really the only thing on the menu. I don't know that they serve anything else besides, they have desserts, but I don't, and then they give you a little salad beforehand. But really, you go there to get steak frites. It might be the only thing on the menu. The fries were great, the sauce was great, and the steak was great. It was really good. Oh, here is when I think that's when they replaced it. So that's when they came around and gave me my second batch. Rick says French sauces are unmatched. Cupcake, you ever been there? I mean, it's actually pretty popular among tourists now. I mean, it's gotten this international reputation. I actually believe there's one in the US now somewhere. There's a couple in different countries. And so I can't speak to how it is in the other countries. I think this one we went to might have been the original one. It's like an institution there in France, but it's still great. Like, I don't care if it's like there's a bunch of tourists there. It's really good. It's worth going to. And they do speak French there. They weren't speaking English to us. They were speaking French. I can't even remember the flavor of the sauce. It was just really good. Oh, and then the dessert, we had this. I think this was their profiterole, but it was, I don't know if you can see this. These are the pastry balls with like custard inside them or cream inside them. And they come smothered in chocolate and almond shavings. It was really good. Oh, that was good. So we got that too. And then they kicked us out. Then they really threw you out quickly because they had more people coming in to eat. Big line there too, big line. Yeah, the choice of how you want the meat is rare, medium, or well done. That's it. 3 choices. Rick says yum. It was really good though. I really wish I could have gotten steak frites again. Let me see if I can find. It's. Oh, I think I found the website. I found the website for it, for the page. All right, so this is the restaurant site. This is the site which shows all the restaurants. And it says like our locations. It says steak frites with our famous house sauce accompanied by our freshly made desserts. Over 60 years of serving the same constant quality steak and French fries with the renowned secret sauce at a reasonable price, and believe it, you would not want to miss our desserts. I think it's between 30 and 40 euros, which isn't that bad for like a well-known famous place. Our set menu, our famous entrecôte port Milo. We have only one menu to offer, and it's one of the best steak frites in town with its incredible and famous sauce, never copied. You never know how you only let us know how you like it cooked. We will bring you seconds, and believe us, you will want it. Salad, steak, fries, and famous sauce, wines, and desserts. By the way, it was I had wine with this meal, and I don't drink wine much, but it was a meal that the wine really went with it. I had red wine, and it really enhanced the whole meal, having this red wine with your steak and fries. Our delicious desserts. Where are their locations? So I don't know if it tastes the same. There's Paris, there's London. There's two in London, there's one in Mexico City, there's one in New York. One in Mexico City, one in New York, two in London, and then there's, I think, multiple locations in Paris. Well, maybe there's only one in Paris, actually. I don't know. Yeah, it says our menu in Paris since 1959. 30 euros. 30 euros. 2 servings of steak and French fries, our secret sauce for salad. 30 euros. It's not that bad for steak. Yeah, given how much different foods cost in France, it's not that bad. Remember, that's including tip. Wines from 12 to 28, desserts from 5 to 10. Again, it's, given that it's Paris and it's steak, it's not that bad a price. And I mean, for US, that would be like, $25, because US you'd be paying tip. Hey, Euro Maestro is here. Hey, Euro, how's it going? Good to see Euro Maestro here. Sarah says, hi, Euro Maestro. Love spending time with you in Paris. Thank you again. Euro Maestro, I was showing my mom pictures of the hot chocolate we had today. Daniel says 30 euros, not bad. Anyways, I posted the link to the place. If I ever end up, you know what? I'm sure I'll end up in Midtown Manhattan again. I'd kind of like to go there in Manhattan and see how it compares to one in Paris. Anyways, that was a fun meal, though. That was a fun meal. No, it was not all you can eat steak. They would have to charge a lot more because I would have eaten more. It's a good amount of food, but I would have eaten a lot more. Yeah, the one and only says better than 27 for a horrible sandwich. And it's really like kind of a zoo there. People line up to get in. There's people waiting. They serve people fast because they want people to get in and out. It's a whole thing. Cupcake, if you've never been there, you should go there with excessive fours. You should check it out. It's worth checking out. It's really worth checking out. Euro, have you been there? Relais de Venice? Oh, I gotta check the news. Hold on a second. Make sure nothing crazy is happening. Everybody's excited to see Euro and Cupcake in the chat. Great. What is this story here? This is interesting. Hey guys, look at this. This is an interesting story. Sky News. Hold on, I'll show you. Sky News says multiple photo agencies, including Reuters and AP. Ooh, you can't see what I'm looking at. Multiple photo agencies, including Reuters and AP, pulled a new image of the Princess of Wales from circulation over concerns it has been manipulated. It's the one of her and the kids. Picture agencies pull Kate photo amid manipulation concerns. The newly released photograph came amid online speculation about her health. She's not been an official event since Christmas Day. Multiple photo agencies have pulled a new image of her over concerns it has been manipulated. It shows Kate surrounded by her and Prince William's 3 children. AP says it appears the source has manipulated the image. Kensington Palace declined to comment. Laura Bundock of Sky News says, this is all really strange. We have some respected international news agencies deciding to kill this photo. In other words, they are pulling it from their distribution websites because they believe it has been changed, altered, photoshopped, call it what you like. We don't know what manipulation of the photo means. Is it a filter? Are there tweaks? We just don't know. What we do know is Kensington Palace has declined to comment, which makes it all the more bizarre. I hope she's doing all right, Kate. It says she was in the hospital. She had an operation, abdominal surgery in January. So that's an interesting story. That's the UK. It's not Sky. That's Sky News UK. That's an interesting story. Again, I don't know what the manipulation would be. There's all these people posting stuff online about like they're trying to like look at close-ups of the photo and figure out like what's manipulated and stuff. I don't know. Crystal Tucker says people were wondering why she wasn't wearing her ring and that George had a third hand. Who knows? Well, that's an interesting story. Isn't that an interesting story? Anyways, let's see here. What else did I want to mention? That was not part of my plan to mention, but I did want to talk about it. What is this? Oh, hold on a second. Hold on. Oh, Margaret sent me a message about it. Thanks, Margaret. I'll have to look at this after. Margaret, what do you think? What do you think? Like, I don't know what the nature of the change was. I haven't seen anyone say, "Here's what the nature of the edit was." Maybe it'll turn out to be a smaller edit. She says, it's weird because the photo is from the royal family. It's still on their Instagram account. Yeah, so I don't know what to make of it. Hey, I wanted to ask you guys, so we've been talking about some Paris stuff. Yeah, Margaret points out like it's on like the royal family Instagram. Yeah, it's on the Prince and Princess of Wales Instagram. It's on their own Instagram. I don't know. I mean, maybe it was retouched in some minor way, and I don't know. Again, I don't know what the claimed retouching or whatever is. Yeah, David's Cafe says it's all over X right now. If you Google it, you can find stuff about it. I'm not going to get all into it right now. If you want to, there's plenty of stuff to get into online. You can knock yourself out with it. Darren, that burger place, you can actually just go to the stream. No, I'm sorry. Didn't we talk about it in the stream before? The burger place we went. Le Camion qui fume. The burger place I went in Paris is called Le Camion qui fume. I'm not going to talk about it right now, but... Well, you never saw it. I don't want to spend a lot of time on it, but remember we went to this burger place, like, and the cell phone wasn't working? I ended up going there with Cupcake after we mailed the postcard and before we were going to go on the cruise, but the cruise wasn't running. So the burgers were good. The burgers were good. We had smashed burgers. They weren't like it wasn't like, wow, this is a Paris burger. It was just like a good burger. But I mean, I guess what was a little different was the fries. Where's the fries? Do I have a picture? Yeah, here are the fries. The fries really felt like French. Like fries taste differently in France. They're not as greasy and they taste more potato-y, and not as like you don't notice again, they just sort of taste like pieces of potato more. So those fries were similar to other. In that sense, to other fries I had. So it was a perfectly good place. I mean, it wasn't like, was it the most amazing burger and fries ever? No, but it was decent. It was good. I'd go back there. The burger was good. No, I don't think they baked them, but anyways, it was something that was different there. But that was Le Camion qui fume. We had a good time there. It was good. It was good. So you saw us right when we were going in there, but the internet wasn't working really there, so we couldn't do the live stream. I had a smash burger. I don't really know the difference. There's this thing called smash burgers, where they smash the patty down or something like that. So I don't know enough to know the difference in taste between that and just grilled or whatever, however they cook it. So, but that's the one I had. I was told boiled then fries, says Indigo Blue. I have no idea. But it was good. That was a good meal. We had a good meal. A very pleasant place to sit. What was the price of it? It wasn't that expensive, but I don't know. I don't remember. It was no, it wasn't like super. I think it was like 20 each maybe. We had drinks too, so probably about 20 each, 20 euros each. Le camion qui fume. Oh, so I want to mention, and then this is the hot chocolate when Euro took me to Angelina, which is this famous hot chocolate place near the Louvre. I went with Euro there, and we had this lovely hot chocolate. I never had sweets, but I had the hot chocolate. It was really great. That's the hot chocolate with Euro at Angelina. It's like a very nice place inside, kind of a fancy tea restaurant inside. And they bring you a whole mug of it for two people, and they give you cream, and it's really good. It's very thick. It's rich, but it's quite good. Very tasty. So that was fun. Uh-oh, I think I'm showing Euro's hands. Euro, they're seeing your hands. I took a picture of the actual inside of the place. The one and only says 1800s proper hot chocolate. It was really good. Cupcake says, I liked Camion Perfume, but I'll try to find a better burger place for your next visit. Yeah, I mean, it was fine. It was good. Euro says it's like the royal photos. This one has not been manipulated. I have a picture of the place too. So here, this is it's a very nice place inside. There's the place right there. That's what the place looks like inside. It's very nice and fancy and lovely inside. And people just go there and have hot chocolate there. That's called Angelina. Oh, I don't even have this whole... You don't even get the whole thing. Here it is. There it is. There's Angelina. Euro said the white stuff is chantilly. What is chantilly? I thought it was whipped cream. Chantilly cream. Oh, chantilly cream is whipped cream. But it's a kind of whipped cream. Chantilly cream, I think, is a kind of cream. Wikipedia says chantilly cream is another name for whipped cream. The difference between whipped cream and cream chantilly is not systematic, but some authors distinguish between the two. You can read about it on Wikipedia. Go to whipped cream article. With the one and only says heavy cream whipped. Anyways, that's Angelina. Ronald Kame's going to switch over to the Oscars. I understand. We're going to go a little longer here. And actually, this time worked out well for people who want to watch the Oscars, because I got to see a bunch of this. Nini of 6 stopped by. Yeah, I wanted to ask you guys about trips. There was such good eating on this trip. So much good eating. Lots and lots of good eating on the trip, guys. We didn't even talk about this. Margaret and I stopped and got some macarons. That's one we split. And then there was some more we got. And these I didn't think I'd like these things. I really liked them. I could have eaten a lot more of these. I had like 2 or 3 when I was there. Actually, I probably had like 1 and 2 halves of one or whatever. I should have probably eaten more of these. I really like them. I didn't think I'd like them. Like I thought, oh, that's just a thing people eat there, but it's like I'm not going to like it. But I really do like it. It's like this. It's like cream, and then I love the texture of the things on the bready things on the top and bottom. Macarons. They're really good. I wish I had a lot more of them. Crystal likes pistachio ones. A macaron is a sweet meringue-based confection made with egg white, icing sugar, granulated sugar, almond meal, and often food coloring. Since the 19th century, typical Parisian-style macaron is a sandwich cookie filled with a ganache, buttercream, or jam. Really good. Euro likes the raspberry ones. I didn't have one of those. I only tried like 2 or 3 when I was there, and I love them. I had a coconut one, which was great. So I could have had a bunch of them. He Has Risen says, not a fan of them, though I did just eat them in Boise, Idaho. So I would have more of those if I went back. They're not that big. I didn't go to any of the super fancy macaron places, but I would have liked to. Yes, Smoke Steve, we talked about escargot in the previous stream. Go watch last night's stream. We talked about it a bunch. It's actually on the thumbnail of last night's stream. So you'll get to see your escargot. We did extensive escargot discussion on last night's stream. He Has Risen says they are tiny. Thorsten says raspberry sounds good. Margaret tried the rose ones, and she said that she didn't like those. They tasted like plants. But she liked the other ones. He Has Risen says, if you go to Boise, try the lasagna pie at Chicago Connection. It's delicious. All right, what else do we want to mention here? Oh, I want to talk to you guys about the trip, about future trips. Get your thoughts. On future trips. I certainly want to do another trip. One place I'm considering is the Netherlands, because we have a number of viewers there. See, Europe's pretty good. Rick says Italy. Italy would also be good. A nice thing about Europe is it's definitely very different, but it's not a hard trip from Boston. You get a nonstop flight. I mean, it's a bit of a long flight, but it's not bad. Euro says, if you want to know why American bread is so different, there's an article in The Guardian about it. Charge says, would love to visit the Netherlands. Marty, you're in the Netherlands too? I know we have a bunch of viewers there. I know Pan is there. Key Says is there. And we have some other viewers there as well. Wickedest Witch says, planned trip takes you to the Netherlands via train. Well, if it's going to be the Netherlands, something else, it starts getting more complex when you have 2 places. Then it's a longer trip. I mean, it's not that we couldn't do it, but I mean, there's also a number of places you can visit within the Netherlands. So, but I like the idea that there's a bunch of people there that we know. Tracks from the Lax says the Netherlands sounds great. Michael A says he wants to go to Italy. Silent Storm 1 says greetings from Germany. You know, Berlin is another place I'd like to go. I'd like to go to Berlin. I've never been there. Emily says the Netherlands is wonderful. April Coco says we found the people of Amsterdam to be very friendly. Euro says I found some great hotels in the Netherlands, stayed in Amsterdam and Utrecht extensively. I'd love to visit Norway. I'd love to visit Norway sometime, Chucky's Chicklet. Crystal Tucker says, go to Oktoberfest. Barbara Crossley says, if you come to Australia, you need at least a month. A month to go to Australia? I mean, I could go for a month. That seems like a little bit of a long time, though, to be away from here. Vinny the Pooh is also from the Netherlands. We have a lot of viewers in the Netherlands. We really do. A lot. Joe says Istanbul in Austria. SpaceX, where are you from? Let's see. K-Jack says, one of my sons just got back last week from the Netherlands and Brussels and said both were amazing. Alyssa says, I love Greece. Brenda says, you should do Greece and Italy. Euro says, Austria and Czechia would be really beautiful. I'd love to go to Japan, too, to be honest. I've always wanted to go to Japan. That's a long trip and not cheap. But I've always wanted to go to Japan. I said that Australia, I was talking last night and I said, maybe Australia next winter here. Because Australia is a long flight, but it would be fun to go there when it's warm there and cold here. We have a bunch of viewers in Australia. You should go to Sweden, says Martin. I'd love to go to Sweden. He has risen. I don't know what the boy and the heron is. Australia does kind of feel like it makes sense for the winter because we have a lot of viewers there, and I like going somewhere warm in the winter. Australia gets warm, right? Euros had a golf clinic with Tiger Woods in Japan. I'm looking up the monthly temperature for Sydney, Australia. So Sydney, Australia, yes, in December and January in Sydney, Australia, the high temperature average is 78 and 79 degrees Fahrenheit. Melbourne, Australia, January 79, February 80 degrees average high. Yeah, that's pretty good. Secret Squirrels is usually hotter in February. Yeah, Sydney is 79 in February too. So, that would be neat because it's a neat place to go. And also, I like going somewhere warm in winter anyway. So that might be the time to do that one. That kind of makes sense to me to do it next winter. Takes like a day to get there, though. What a trip that'll be. Yeah, I don't know Wicked Switch if I'd go all over the place. I mean, you could spend so much time there, but there's limits to these things. So, you got to pick and choose. Yeah, don't forget your cushion. Maybe we'll go there next winter. I have always wanted to go. Australia, what side? Do they drive on the left side on Australia? Where do they drive in Australia? Because it was British, right? British people? So do they drive on the left side? Oh, no. Joe South Oz says 39 degrees here today. Wait, now... She means Celsius. It's hot there today. In South Australia, I guess, right? Euro says can get very hot in Australia. Thank you, Joe South Oz. I appreciate that. She's in South Australia. Yeah, see, the problem with going to Australia is I probably can't drive there because they're driving on the left side. I'd be very iffy on, I don't think I'd want to drive around on the left side. Because I would make some sort of mistake because I'm so used to doing it the other way. Oh, yeah, you can take the bus somewhere. I don't know, but it's kind of a bummer. They have good public transportation, says God is my banner. K-Jack says Denmark is pretty interesting too. Tivoli Gardens in Copenhagen. It's the second oldest amusement park in the world, and Walt Disney modeled Disneyland after it. Interesting place. Interesting. M.W. Pitt said it is painful travel to get to Australia. Yeah, S. Parsons mentioned Hawaii. That's another place, you know. Yeah, obviously there's all kinds of places I would go, you know, like South America and all this stuff, but some places are easier to go than others. In some places we know more people than others. I'd go to Ireland too. I'd go to Ireland to visit too. Chucky's Chicklet says, I'm with you on the left side thing. I almost killed myself in Bermuda years ago doing that. The problem with, if I was driving on the left side, I would just forget one time and that would be it. And then I get into some big accident. Spain would be great. Oh, Euro says Ireland drives on the left side. I just feel like if I went to Australia, I'd want to drive because I'd be going all over the place. Oh, Van Dan is here, by the way. Hey, Van Dan. M.W. Pitt thinks Australia was not worth the travel, even though it was wonderful. I have always wanted to go to Japan. Barbara says places there are too far apart to drive to. Maybe I would just, I don't know, maybe take the fly or whatever, or take the train. I don't know. I don't know. Rick says driving on the left side of the road is very unnerving. Gonna have to just pick a place and go. If any viewer in a foreign country has like a mansion and there's like a wing of the mansion you don't use and you'll let me stay in your mansion, that could swing me to go into your country and visiting. Euro says driving on the left plus roundabouts, traffic circles. Van Dan says, I want to cover the cost for you to go see sumo if you go to Japan. Oh, I would go do that. I would go do that. I'd go see a Japanese baseball game too. I mean, Paris, I just kind of picked it. Legion 54 said, hope you enjoyed your trip and learned new things and took in new insights to other areas. How exciting. Yeah, it was great. It was great. It was so fun. But I mean, remember, Paris, I just like picked. So I just wanted to go somewhere. I don't even know why. I mean, it's what occurred to me is where I want to go. Polly says you can come with me on the cruise in August, the worst internet in history. You know, Polly, I wish cruise lines had really good internet because I would go on one just to do it. But I've just heard really bad things about the internet on cruises. I wish they did. I wish I could set up my laptop in a room and then could do AFTV from there, But everything I've heard is bad. April Coco says my mansion is all booked up. Saint Chapelle, what is it called? Is that what it's called? I saw that last time I was there. Like 25 years ago. It's amazing. Damien says, I think some cruise lines have better service now, but they are very expensive per day. Angelina says, cruise ships have bad internet. Yeah, I mean, at some point I might go to Puerto Rico because I was going to go there anyway. So I might go there. I mean, that's, Sam says Athens. Weller says, who needs internet? Euro says there are some chateaus in France that rent out rooms or a wing. So I'll have to look into it. But I definitely want to go. I mean, Berlin just seems like another one that's pretty obvious. Like, I think it'd be interesting to go. I don't think it'd be that bad to get. You just buy a ticket and you go. Maybe we'll do Netherlands next. I don't know. We'll have to see for the international one. Yeah, Michael A. mentions Mexico. I thought about going to Mexico City at some point. Maybe. Love to go to Asia too. There's places like Thailand you could go or wherever. Euro says Berlin is good for nightlife and accommodations are really cheap. Crystal Tucker says Mexico City is wonderful. How's my Spanish? At the moment, it's not great, but I could catch up because I took a lot of it when I was younger. So I could at least catch up to the point where I could say some of it and I could maybe order stuff in it. Central America? Well, I mean, it depends on the place. Some places I think you would not want to go there right now in Central America. Some you might. I'm sure some of them would be really fun. Van Dan says Thailand is another place you'd want to be single? Real? So Van Dan, you can't enjoy Thailand going there with a partner? Wow. Yeah, some people are mentioning Greece. Greece would be fun. Barbados. Yeah, so many places to see in so little time. Trax mentions Germany or England at Christmas time. Well, I was in England for Christmas a year and a half ago. But Germany. Oh, thanks Lucas Malik, who says, I introduced my sister Julia and her boyfriend Evan to you during your Paris trip, and they couldn't stop watching. Hey, thanks, Lucas. That's nice of you. Keep it up. Hope they see it. Hey, thanks, Lucas. That's really kind of you. Thanks for introducing me to your sister and her boyfriend. That's cool of you. Now they're like, why is he just in that room? Why doesn't he go somewhere? Martin says, visit concentration camps in Europe. I'd like to, actually. Van Dance says, I really miss traveling. I've seen a lot of countries. It's great. I love it. I love doing it. I love seeing new places. I just love it. It's so, I think there's nothing like it. I feel it's one of the richest, most enriching things you can do, at least for me, is to travel. My mom doesn't want to go anywhere. She's cool just staying. She doesn't really want to fly anywhere. She just likes hanging out. I talked to her. She doesn't want to go anywhere right now. Believe me, I've offered. Crystal says travel changes you for the better. All right, we're going to go a couple more minutes here. We started early tonight. Where is this? Hang on a second here. What am I doing here? I'm missing something. There we go. Susan Slater says, took students to Dachau. It took my breath away. You could feel the evil in the camp. Martin says, I will never forget my visit to Bergen-Belsen. My best friend's grandfather was in that camp during the war. Anne Frank died there too. I just got to be, at a certain point, I got to make myself go somewhere. So it's going to happen. It'll happen. I mean, that's what I did with France. With Paris, it was just like, okay, I guess I'm doing this. And I just bought a ticket. It wasn't like there was this big consensus, oh, let's go to Paris. I just bought the ticket and made myself go. So it worked out. So at a certain point, I just got to buy the ticket. Yeah, I got that fire says you just have to pull the trigger. S-Cub is here. Van Dan says, I'm paying for your sumo in Japan and your kickboxing in Thailand. I don't think I'm going to do the kickboxing. I would get hurt, I think. But sumo, I would go check out. Lil Cam is here. I got that first. Says, my wife and I got to do that. And we're always so happy we did. Anyways, well, I appreciate the suggestions, but believe me, it's going to happen more. We got to do another one. Joe Southall says, when we get older, we have our memories, may as well make good ones. Yeah, I'd love to go to the Grand Canyon someday. I've never been there. All right, anyways, Ryan the Gamer, I assume I'll go to Puerto Rico at some point. Anyways, we will go somewhere else. I will keep you posted. And, Liz, I'll let you know if my mom gets the postcard. Hasn't come yet. So I really appreciate you guys joining. Are people watching the Oscars tonight? I don't know if people are, but if you want to, you can go watch that. British Columbia, I'd love to go. I want to go to visit Vancouver. So many places, but I really appreciate you joining the stream tonight. This was fun. A little bit of a shorter stream. Hey, if there's big news, we'll cover it tonight. So I'm keeping my eye on the news. It hasn't been that busy lately, but I'd love to go to Nova Scotia sometime. Sure. But again, much appreciated for you guys tuning in and hanging out. And more streams this week. More streams this week. I want to stream some in Boston. I want to walk around Boston and do some streaming there. You know, now that it's getting a little warmer here, I definitely am planning on doing that. Hey, let's thank our moderators. Raven Riley, Kay Body, thank you. I Got That Fire. David Green. I know Linda Belk was here before. John A. So shout out to all them. Did I say big ball of yarn? I hope I did. And all of you guys for tuning in. Asia Sims, Martin, Marissa Pugliese, Dr. McRib, Barbara D, Charge NNP, Barbara Crossley, Kinetic, Darren Markley, Crystal Tucker, Liz, LB. Over there on Twitch, Legion 54. Hans Niskatuki, Quieter. Harvey-esque. Rick Hoppy, April Coco, Hetty Silovitz, Raven, Pauly, Raven Riley. Did I say Raven Riley moderating? Thank you, Raven. Joe, Yvonne McMillan. Thanks to everybody who donated. Special shout out to Janet Burnett. Janet, so generous of you. Jeez. Thanks so much, Janet. Also, Red Squirrel, Desi Des, Ruth Krafasi, Joe South Oz, Lucas Malik. Thank you. Or Malik. Justin Rochkind, Brenda Triplett. There's April Coco. Cupcake and Euro. Thanks, Cupcake and Euro, for stopping by and for helping with the videos. People love seeing Cupcake and Euro in the chat, having seen them on the videos. The one and only Angela but full. And AH Kinetic, thank you, thank you. All right, time to wrap it up. Oh, also, thanks Desi for the bits on Twitch too. All right, wrapping it up. There's Thorsten Under. Thanks for being here. Evelyn and Maine says, yes, love knowing their faces and names. I'll pass along regards to Margaret. All right, guys. That is it for now. You know we're going to have more streams soon. Euro says, thanks, everyone. It was a lot of fun. Good seeing you, Euro. Good seeing you, Cupcake. More streams coming up soon. There's JANP there. Vinny the Pooh, great seeing you. Thanks for coming by. Evelyn and Maine. All right, guys. Wrapping it up. That is it for now. We'll have more streams this week. Thanks for joining, guys, and we'll see you. Oh, remember, follow Lookner channel on Twitter, X, @Lookner channel. Also, sign up for the Discord notifications. That's the best way to get notified about both my channels. The free notifications link. The moderators can put that notifications link up in the chat, but sign up for that. That's the best way to make sure you don't miss a stream. It's the Discord notifications. Dr. McRib says, time for Oscars. Did they already start? I don't even know. I'm probably not going to watch them. But did they start at 8 or 7? I don't know when they start. Probably 7. Are they still like 5 hours long? Who knows? Anyways. All right, guys. I'm wrapping this up. I'm wrapping it up. Thank you for watching. And Joe's Crayons, thanks for watching too. Thanks for watching, and we will see you very, very soon.
thanks, BB Fan, for these broadcasts.